Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of HoI with Black Eyes Mod as People's Republic of China. So in previous episode we did manage to destroy a few units over here in the south of the river, as well as we did, for a brief moment, cut off the enemies from Chengdu, or enemies in Chengdu, and there was a bit of pocket forming up in here, but we didn't quite manage to push them out yet. But now we are pushing into Beijing, and I think we might be able to get that today. Also, we're still under attack over here, but I think we're dealing okay damage for the time being. We are still fighting in Chongqing as well, against some armored units there. It's only light tanks though, so it's not really that bad against the infantry division. But the militias, on the other hand, are having some harder time. We'll be getting some recon cavalry and even engineers this month, and some division HQ. So it's going to be... Oh, and some wagon regiments, so it's going to be a good month for troops. Oh, and improved security forces, or security units advance. So we can build police centers now, and the fascist, or not only the fascist, but the communist militia, mainly in our case, will have a bit faster speed, and their stats are going to be slightly better as well. Oh, and the Great War Analysis. So first of all, we can go ahead and drop this one off the research list, so we're down to 68 research. Although there probably will be a lot more soon enough. Could probably actually put the heavy AA guns in there. Not that we initially need them right now, but I'm sure that we'll have some use for them. Well, the basic aircraft prototype is going to be done tomorrow. There we go. That's going to allow us to get some more research going then. I'm still hoping that we can get through to Beijing quickly. I mean, we've got 3 divisions attacking there. One of those is only militia, but 2 proper divisions. So I think we are going to make a fairly good... well, deal a lot of damage to the enemy, let's put it that way. Oh, well, there's the basic aircraft prototype. So there's quite a few things that we can start researching. It's mostly the basic stuff in here. But also in the armament, we'll need to get the basic aircraft machine gun. And that's going to be the bottleneck, actually, for us, because we need to get that on first, and then we need to get the... I believe it's the machine gun focus 1. I also want to get the synchronized machine gun, but the machine gun focus 1 is the one... Or is it? No, I think it's the wing guns, don't we, for the armament. Hold on a minute. Yes, we need the wing guns first to level 1, so we need to get the machine gun focus as soon as we get this one, and then we can get the wing guns. And that's going to unlock or we can then start working on getting the prototypes research. It's not going to be easy. Right, so there's a bit of a counterattack over there, but we are going to hold on to that one, I reckon. Should also be getting some recon cavalry soon, which this one's already got some recon cavalry. We do have some recon cavalry there. This one should be a fairly easy victory. So the enemy is down to 25 organization. So it's a matter of maybe a few more days and the battle... Oh, now they're realizing that they need to send troops there. We don't have a lot of money, so we're not going to spend money to buy some rare materials right now. I guess what we could do is send this one into the combat. They've still got that one armored regiment in there. With some... I believe it's got cavalry in... Yeah, it's got some cavalry and the armored units there. So it's not really that effective unit. But it's still holding us back for a while. And I think after this combat, we'll probably need to send some troops up here to help in Puyang. Because it's not really going all that well, the defense there. And to be fair, what I could do is I could just go ahead and send this one down south to help there. And there we go, there's the recon cavalry. So who are we going to give this to? Actually, we could give that to the unit attacking into Beijing right now. It's got the artillery already. We'll give it a recon. We'll be dealing a bit more damage. Now, admittedly, the river crossing penalty is still a bit of a rough one in there, but I think it's actually gotten slightly better for the militia as well. So, it's 5 organization remaining there. If we are quick, we might be able to get in there first. I mean, the infantry is almost there already. There's another recon cavalry. Let's go ahead and assign that one to get another unit. Actually, neither one of these has any recon cavalry yet, so let's give one in there. And looks like we're getting at least through that. Oh, there we go, Victor Hejan. But that one's retreating, so we might be able to go ahead and cut off the enemy here soon enough. We'll go ahead and let the Mountaineer Division reinforce for a brief moment. We'll probably give that the next engineer. So this one, get the engineer in there, so we can maybe cut across the river in here once that's retreated. And then get... Oh, they got the contribute unit in there. Now, that's probably... It's not dug in there, at least. So I think we've got a fairly decent chance of pushing in a bit further. And I suppose what I could do... I could attack there. Keep the enemy busy. And they won't be able to reinforce or gain organization or reinforce in here, actually, for that matter. Oh dear. That was actually victory still. I was a bit worried about the number of units attacking us. So Puyang is still looking a little bit rough, but we've got a unit heading in there. And there we go, we've arrived in here. Lindru was under attack for a brief moment there. Let's look at the terrain map mode in here. So that's mountains. We might want to get the mountains in Lingbao as well. So before we send in this one back east, we'll probably help take over that one. And then we can start maybe clearing out some of this area. It looks like the combat in Beijing is still mostly going in our favor. So I'm not too worried about that. How long until we get the engineer? That is... okay, 9 more days, according to that. And actually, some of these full production lines are almost completed now. That will allow us to then work on other things. Oh, camouflage time. There we go. That's going to be ahead of time now. Next one is at 1941. So that will take some time. There we go. Some camouflage. Oh, right. And we got the Wagon Regiment. I believe we've still got, I think, about 2. I suppose that could get one. It's on the northwest front there. So they've got some troops there. At least we've got our units in here mostly. No, actually, that's in pretty good shape already. Oh, they're doing a counterattack. Well, we'll just have to win them there. This one's still looking a little bit rough, but I think we are going to win that as well. Oh, they brought another unit into Beijing. I was looking up here. At least we're dealing some damage to them. They're not able to reinforce there. So one way or the other, and now they won't be able to send in more troops through here either. So I probably should have started that combat earlier. I believe we should have one more communist militia without any cavalry, and that was in here. Okay. Another victory. Hopefully we can get some more reinforcements going. We need a bit more upgrades though. How's the combat in Beijing? The communist militia, not communist, the conscript over there is going to start pulling back soon. Another division HQ. Did we have... we do have two division HQs already in there. This one's got a division HQ. We've only got one over here in Jiangsu, so let's go ahead and take one of those. That one. Get the division HQ, which just arrived in here, actually. I'm going to go ahead and take the infantry division, and we'll take one of these, maybe this one, to help defend the mountains. Once we've taken that. So that way we can at least start dealing... well, rather, we've taken a bit more ground from the enemy. Ooh, basic education investment. We'll want to continue researching that, so pump that back to the top of the list. And there's the engineer regiment, so this is going to go to the mountaineer in Hejian. They still haven't moved away the unit from there. At least the production was a bit faster than expected, which is always handy. Right, there's the one more unit that we need to push back from Beijing. Oh, there we go, now they moved away. Charge! They won't redeploy through there. I'm hoping that we can deal with damage quickly enough in here. I mean, at least with the engineers, the river crossing penalty is manageable. And the battle in Beijing is probably going to be a victory shortly. If we can also keep the enemy busy in Tianjin, we can probably take that one. And if we can get Jiangsu, there's going to be about half a dozen divisions over here that will destroy. Mostly conscripts and militia, mind you, but there's going to be one light infantry as well. And this one's going to be probably a victory now, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat the communist militia probably out of there. Move back to Handan. Oh. Right, so this one's under... well, was under attack for a brief moment. Now, counter-attack over here. That one... we'll take it... deal quite a bit of damage in there. Down to 35 organization. They got several units in Tianjin right now, but there's only one division... oh, there's Spanish Civil War. Right, let's go ahead and... we're going to help the... we'll send some troops to Spanish Republic. It will cost us a lot of supplies and a bit of fuel, and still a small amount of manpower. But we'll do that regardless, and then what we'll do is we'll just put no modifiers in there, so it's a bit of a coin flip who's going to win the Civil War then. Oh, and there we go, we're under attack over here. Luckily, we've got mountains to defend, and we've got some units there that are not pushing out right now either, so we should be able to hold that quite easily. We should also be getting some anti-tank guns soon enough again. Looks like the battle in Beijing is going to be over soon, and then we're going to take those units and just start pushing into Tianjin pretty much immediately, while we keep the enemy at least busy in here. Oh, there we go, Victor Beijing, and we're already in there. Alright then, charge! Do not let the enemy rest. Oh, under attack over here once again. Down south. So we've taken a decent bit of stuff. And now that we've got the Beijing, that's 2 factories that we'll be able to use and a whole lot of manpower that we'll be gaining. Now getting almost 12 per month. It's just normal conscription. And the Kanshu crossing over here is, well, it's not going very quickly. But I think it's going mostly according to plan. I think what I could actually do... Ooh, electronic and mechanical engineering research, excellent. So now we can get the sensor tabulating machine, which that definitely needs to go to the top of the list. And then radio technology. Might want to get that to the top of the list as well. Got another division HQ. So I suppose that one doesn't have one yet, so we'll give one there. We now got the infantry division defending against the crossings. Oh right, since the militia is retreating. This one might need to go back there. It looks like we are at least taking the mountains in here soon enough. And also the river crossing seems to be going soon according to plan. I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to stop the attack with the communist militia. I'm going to send that one down to Tongjian, actually. And then we'll take the mountaineer from there and have that join in the river crossing effort. Still got 2 infantry divisions attacking into Tianjin. They only got a militia and a contract division defending. So they should be fairly easy to defeat. Once we take the city in there as well, that should be at least a 1 to 2 more industry away from the enemy. Plus, I suppose if we have a look at this surrender progress now, it's 23.7. So not necessarily the best, mind you. We've still got 2 spies in there. We're not really doing anything with the spies other than getting a bit of intel on what they have. And it seems like they've still got quite a bit of industry, according to our spies. It might not be entirely accurate, but it's probably a good enough estimate. Get the anti-tank gun over here to help with the dealing of the damage, at least on the enemy. So they got the German train Dulu in there. But of course, if we can cut off or cut into the on the other side of the river, which we are now doing, we'll get both of the mountaineers up there, and then one of them is going to clear out Jinghai. And one way or the other, we are going to take Tianjin, because we'll either have them surrounded, or we'll just destroy the troops, or push them back to Jinghai and then win them. We'll just need to keep an eye on the strength in here. If it starts looking too bad... Okay, now it's only the light infantry division in there. It's not a full division, mind you, so it should be somewhat easy to hold back. And both the mountaineers are going to be across the river shortly. We've still got the militia holding back there. I think we're going to send the communist militia up here to Puyang once again to help defend that one. We've got some more mountaineer, or the communist militia. Oh, there we go. We cut them off. So now they are a bit easier to defeat, I reckon. I think as soon as we get across the river, we'll go ahead and start attacking Jinghai and push the enemy away from there, so we can surround the enemy here, so we'll take the minus 50% penalty from that. And if we won't be able to deal with them quite yet, because the strength is a bit on the low side of our troops, I'm sure that we can recover from that sooner or later. Right, the end of August for the light infantry for the survival militia here. It's already halfway done, mind you. We're about to be across the river, so in 2 hours, or 1 hour now, we'll start to attack into Jinghai. The enemies are in a bit of a... well, they're not in a particularly good strength there, let's just say. But we may need to stop the attack into Tianjin. I mean, at least... I suppose what we could do, as soon as that is ready, we'll have to retreat this one probably soon enough so that it can start reinforcing a bit. But what we could do is we can send in the militia to aid in the combat. Keep the enemy somewhat occupied for the time being. They've got another contract division over here as well. But at least we're dealing pretty good damage in there. Got 2 units in here. I think the infantry division can now start moving further west. Maybe clear out that one. And then that one, and maybe that one. One way or the other, we are going to start taking a bit more land in here. We should probably try to make some more pockets, though, to destroy more enemy troops. Like, we've got one in here in progress. I mean, it's not going necessarily all that quickly. Is that? That's down to 50% strength. Okay, so can the militia can probably join into the combat soon. So we'll start support attacking from there. This one step out of the combat for now. We'll hopefully be able to reinforce that soon enough. Let's see, 4% chance of reinforcing, so it might be a bit a tricky one. But it looks like the combat in Jinghai is at least mostly going in our favor. I mean, there's a lot of enemy troops in there, but they're not really in a good strength or like a proper... Oh, having a bit of officer issues here, so let's go ahead and get back to 2.5 leadership in officer recruitment. We just need to push these back into... Well, I suppose some of these will be then arriving into Tianjin once again. But there we go, the Communist militia has joined the combat. It will be able to help in dealing some damage. And we might be able to take Tianjin. One or the other, like there's 6 enemy units in here that will be destroyed. After that, there's going to be a bit of a lack of enemy troops in the northern front, or northeastern front line for them. So we could maybe... Okay, that should be able to hold. We've got the infantry division in there now. So if we're not able to hold this mountain in here, we'll see. It'll be a bit of a rough one. Ooh, and there's the autosave. So now already at August. Not necessarily the best pace to conquer all of this, but you know, if it's all success, then it gets boring rather quickly. Oh, there we go, victory at Puyang. There's a bit of rough combat, but we did inflict a lot of casualties on the enemy. We did hold on to the front line here as well. Got one militia over here. We could probably go ahead and give a hand in Nangung. And looks like the enemy... Okay, they are getting troops in here, but they won't have time to reinforce. Ooh, shock troopers down. There we go. Better tactics, possibly, during combat. And then let's see, 80 regiments, so we can... I think all the regular units already have one, so I guess it's time to start providing help to the militia units that are a bit stronger. Well, I suppose the one in Puyang could at least get one in there, and then the one in Wugi is going to get one, so we got... This one is a fairly good or formidable division now. And we should be able to break through here shortly. And there's only one unit defending in Tianjin, so that's going to surrender soon enough. We're down to 50% strength, though. So if we don't win soon, we might risk shattering. But I think we are going to win that combat very shortly. Try to get some more money, and there we go. Victory at Tianjin. A decent bit of casualties, but we are going to get into the city soon enough, which means that all of these troops will then be pushed out. We'll give this one a day or two to reinforce. Oh, Tianjin. There we go. We got in there. I mean, on the odd chance that we can actually win this quickly, let's actually go ahead and join in the combat now. If we win this quickly and get in there, we might be able to get into the... or clear the pocket before the enemy even gets there, and then they'll just be overrun. Oh, Puyang is under attack once again. And Jinghai was a victory. There we go. So that's 2 enemy units already gone from there. Assault concentration, so combat reinforcement chances increased. Right, we'll need a lot more reinforcements for all these troops that did most of the combat in here, but that is going to free up a lot of troops for us, which means that we can then start doing a push across the river into... get to Jinan at least, and maybe surround some troops in here, destroy those. Oh, they got another unit in... Oh, there we go. Another victory at Jinghai. I guess this one, well, you can start pushing in alright. Keep the surviving militia in Tianjin, actually. For the time being. Headquarters, we haven't really had to move them too much. They got a fairly good range, so I'm not too worried about that one. How's the infantry division looking like in here? It could use a bit more reinforcements. It might take a while before we are able to access those. Oh, there we go. Another unit in Jinghai. Destroy. And there we go. Those are now overrun. So you can actually stay there. Let's go and start pushing in here. You can probably move south. We'll take the Communist militia and move along here with the proper infantry divisions. So soon enough, it might be time to push either... Well, probably both of these, actually. What we'll probably do is we'll have one mountaineer division on both provinces and one infantry division on both provinces. Or we can kind of manage to... or have some engineers on both attacks. Oh, we need a bit more consumer goods. There we go. I suppose this division over here is now ready to move out. So we'll just go ahead and send one there. This one we can probably join in on that one. So we'll take the Bafeng. It'd be fairly easy to defeat these. And that's going to give us another province. And then we can push into the plains over here to the east. And then take that. So mostly to get ourselves a bit of a buffer to the factories. Is there any more? Well, I suppose there's factory down there. It might be possible for us to push down that way soon enough. We are starting to have a bit larger and larger issue with the amount of officers, though. That is having me a bit concerned. I guess we'll just go ahead and increase the officer recruitment to, like, we'll go for 5 leadership for a little while. That'll be good enough. There we go. So that should give us a 22 officers per day. And looks like the infantry is slowly moving in here. Have a looking on reinforcements. Mostly okay. We do need quite a bit in there. Oh, there we go. Now we need a lot less. And how much did we get in fact? Okay, it was 2 factories in Shenzhen and 2 in Beijing. So that's a total of 4 industries that we got away from the enemy into our pocket. So that's actually quite handy. Now the reinforcements have arrived, so let's go ahead and take these 2. Attack through there, and the other ones that are slightly more damaged will go against the militias. So Dezhou is going to be the stronger enemy position there with the armored units. But even then, we've got the piercing attack on both of these, so we are dealing the damage required. And I suppose we could use this one to give a support attack, probably down south first. Although this one, yeah, that one's going to be easy victory, I reckon. We're still taking quite heavy casualties in here. But I suppose once we get more militia in here, at least that's slightly better. Not initially ideal troops to defend all of that, but it's a step to the correct direction, I suppose. At least delay the enemy long enough so that we can then do a attack from the flank, for example, or something. Oh, there we go. There's already 1 enemy unit retreating. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a support attack over here with the militia. It's got artillery, so it can at least deal some damage. Oh, there we go. Already 1 along the coastline. And now we just need to try to push in as much over here as possible. If we can cut off Qingdao Peninsula and all that, and then maybe at least get to this river line, maybe take Jinan and then clear out along the river here, I'm hoping that we can at least, before the civil war, or the free-for-all civil war starts, so to speak, I'll hope to at least get to this river line there, but maybe even further, but at least at that point, we'll have a fairly decent chance. But it's already August, and it's going to start in, like, mid-December, so we don't have too much time to reach there. But I suppose we are now getting a bit of a breakthrough in here, I reckon, once we just win some of these combats, which is easier said than done, mind you. But these 2 are going to just keep on pushing across the river, not going to stay in helping this combat. I mean, we're dealing okay damage in there already, so it's just a matter of a few days before they start retreating, and then there's going to be a probably full-on rout for those units there. Oh, there we go, victory at Puyang once again. That is good. Oh, there we go. Oh, they got quite a bit of headquarters and such in there. How long until we can attack? It's a bit longer than I was hoping for. Of course, it's 1936, so a lot of the texts haven't been researched yet to reduce the combat delays. Oh, there we go, victory at Baofeng. They took quite a bit of losses there, and we've dug in fairly well in the mountains. Oh, there we go, victory at Jeju. So I'm going to have this one probably go follow along here. Or have the militia go along the coastline. For now, anyway. They do have, I don't know if they have more than 1 unit in there. They might have 2. I'm looking on, oh, right, more reinforcements. Surviving militia is going to be upgraded in 13 days. We won that one. There's a bit more troops in here. I suppose once we start digging in the hills here, it's not going to be too bad. We can take that one and that one. Maybe start clearing out some of these. Oh, there we go, victory at Jeju. So we've got some troops in there. How long until the mountain is going to... Oh, it's going to take a while. Artillery flexibility advancing. That would be up here. That is ahead of time. So we can drop that from the research queue. So down to 70 research again. Of course, we've also reduced or lost quite a bit of the leadership that we had. Still going to take about a day before these can start attacking across the river. We'll start sending them in there already. And the mountaineer, as soon as you're ready, you're going to attack across the river to Huantai. And I suppose you could probably attack into Yuncheng just to push the enemy back from there. So the attack isn't going to be a problem for much longer. Then this one can move into Dezhou to help defend there. Oh, and Kenley is already under attack. They have not had time to regain a lot of organization. So this one's going to be a lot shorter delay. Well, I say shorter delay. It's a lot shorter delay for the Mountaineer, I suppose. Yeah, it's still going to be a bit of risky. Oh, there we go. Secretary for Public Information. That is now ahead of time, so we can drop that one. And that's going to reduce the descent or consumer goods, essentially, that we'll need to have later on. Okay, I think this one's going to be in a pretty good shape now, so I'm going to go ahead and move in the Imperial Division to the north. And then help maybe go around here somewhere. Start making some headway at least to in the here, or in the northeast here, because that is going to be our primary way of getting ground right now. Ah, there we go. There's the descent reduction. There we go. So now we've got about 24.5 IC actually, make that 25 IC in production. It's slowly getting better. And looks like the infantry division is not going to be able to advance quite yet. The Mountaineers will cut off there, or cut through there, across the river into Huantai, and then hopefully we can take Jinan. It's going to be an urban province. And it's not necessarily going to be an easy one, but if we take that one and then cut into Beijing, then we're going to destroy some units maybe in the river. Well, it's not really the river delta, but actually, that's 2 different rivers there. Okay. Well, anyway, we can probably destroy some troops in there, and it's going to reduce the amount of enemy units that we need to deal in here. So Nangong is still under attack. Oh, well, not anymore. Now that we started doing counterattack. So the enemy will probably surrender in there soon enough. The militia will push through there. This one's going to probably push down to Zibo. And we're pushing across the river. Once the militia gets in here, that'll give a support attack. And we should have about 1 week until this one's got at least the infantry. Now, it doesn't have anything else yet, so we might want to give that a bit of priority on the new units soon enough. There we go. Zibo is going to be another victory. I'm actually going to go ahead and move just through the province, and the militia could also move down here. Provide some defensive aid there. We need to still push back the contrib, mind you, but I think that's going to be much more manageable. Oh, and there we go, another victory at Zibo. There was another unit that was still retreating. The enemy over here, well, I suppose we're still needing okay damage on all of that. But the militias are not going to be able to do too much right now. What is going to be able to do something, though, is the infantry division down here in the south. Which is the primary force pushing the enemy back in here, quite frankly. But at least it does that well. Right, let's go ahead and give us a bit of support attack over there. I know that I probably should be pushing a bit more aggressively down here to Rizal to cut off Qingdao, but that's going to have to wait a little bit. I don't want to risk too much yet, but once we get the light infantry in here, that can at least help. At least maybe hold on to the mountains of Weifang, for example. Well, there we go, that's going to be a victory. And the fact that we're advancing in multiple areas does mean that the AR needs to send in troops to various places, so they're not necessarily able to do too much against us. And this one should be, well, we've dug in a bit in here, didn't we? Yeah, we did. That's going to be a relatively easy victory. And there we go, victory at Huantai. And that is also Division HQ. I suppose I'm actually going to give that to the Survivor Militia. It doesn't have one yet. So there we go, that will be at least slightly better. Now it's just a matter of 2 days before we get the light infantry in here. So we're winning the combat in there. I'm going to send the light infantry, or not light infantry, communist militia up here into Guangrao to help defend that. And the mountaineers are almost ready to attack Jinan. But that is actually going to have to wait until tomorrow, because we are out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.